Good morning, students. Let us start with the next chapter, that is changes around us. See, children, we can see many kinds of changes around us in our day-to-day life. Like in the field, the crops change from time to time. The leaves fall from trees, they change their color, they dry out. There are many changes which takes place in our body, like your nails grow, your hair grow, you grow taller and your weight increases as you grow. So you can see that there are so many kinds of changes that are taking place around us. Basically, in this chapter we will study about changes, the examples and the kinds of changes. So in class 6th, we will study only about two kinds of changes, that is reversible change and irreversible change. Now, what are reversible changes? Reversible changes are the changes that take place in both the direction and no new product is formed. Okay, I will give you few examples here. Like, here you can see that the girl is blowing air into the balloon. So what is happening? The size of the balloon and the shape of the balloon is changing. Okay. Then if you make a aeroplane with the paper, by folding a paper you are making an aeroplane. Or you make a ball of dough and you roll out roti out of that. So now you can see when I gave you three examples, blowing air into the balloon. Now when you blow air into the balloon, after that, if the air comes out from the balloon, what will happen? Are you getting the same balloon back? Yes, you will get the same balloon back. Isn't it? In the same way, the second example, that is you made a toy aeroplane with the help of the paper. Now, after playing with the aeroplane, if you want, you can again get back the paper, isn't it? If you unfold this aeroplane, and what will you get? You will again get back the paper. That means you can see that it is reversible. Reversible means again going back to the same condition. Okay, in the same way, when you took a ball of dough and you rolled out a roti or a chapati. Now, again, this chapati, if you want, you can again roll it back and you can get again you can make out a ball of dough. Isn't it, out of this? So, in all these three examples, what do you see? You see that this is taking place in both the direction. That means you blow air into the balloon, and then after that, when the air went out from the balloon came back to its original position. In the same way, the aeroplane also, in the same way, the roti also, you can see that no new product is formed. Clear? Now we move to the next type of change, that is the irreversible change. Now in irreversible change, what is happening? It is possible in only one direction and some new product is formed. Okay, we will see the example again. Now I told you that in the first example, that is in the reversible change, what did we do? We blew air into the balloon. The size of the balloon increased, and then what happened? It will be a reversible change if you take out the air from this balloon. But instead of that, if I take a pin and I prick into the balloon, what will happen? The balloon will break into small pieces, isn't it? So now what is happening? This change is not a reversible change. It is an irreversible change. Why? Because you have got the small pieces of balloon is broken, and from this you will not get the original balloon back. So this is a irreversible change, isn't it? Now in the second example, where you had made the aeroplane out of paper, the same aeroplane, if we make the shape of an aeroplane and we cut it with the help of a scissor, okay, and you have cut out the shape of the aeroplane. Now Can you tell me whether will you get that plane back? Will you get the same paper back? No. There is now a hole in this paper. You are not getting the paper back. So that is, it is an irreversible change. In the first one, if you unfold, if you see this example, if you unfold the aeroplane, what will you get? You will get a paper, you will get back the paper. So this is reversible. But here you have cut the paper. Okay, so you are not getting the paper back. So here it is a irreversible change. Now the third example we talked about was making a ball of dough and making chapatis out of it. Okay, but we didn't make the chapati, we just rolled the chapati, and again if you want that same dough you can again bring it back to the ball. But what will happen if you take the ball, the dough, you roll the chapati out of it and then you put it on the gas and you roll the chapati, you make the chapati. Now when you bake the chapati on the tawa, what is happening? You can see that the chapati is totally a new substance, isn't it? You cannot bring back the chapati back to the dough. It's not at all possible, isn't it? So I hope that it is clear to all of you what is reversible change and what is an irreversible change. As you saw in the example, in irreversible change, it is possible only in one direction and new product is formed, like when you are making the chapati. Okay, when you have made the chapati, what is happening? Chapatis are ready. You cannot bring back the chapati back into the dough. It is not at all possible to bring the chapati back to dough. So it is an irreversible change. So I hope, children, that this much is clear to all of you. That is the reversible change and the irreversible change. Now in the next topic we will study about few more examples of reversible and irreversible change. Thank you.